Barbie and Ken. There is no just Ken.
Well, hello, all of you wonderful people.
Wow.
Yeah, this is my radio voice.
I love it.
We have a movie review.
Yes, we do.
On what movie, you ask?
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Yeah.
We have your Barbie movie review. Yes, we went to the movie. I paid for it.
We did.
We paid for it.
Yes.
And we're going to get into our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Let us start the show. Hello and welcome to the Strive Nation podcast, the podcast where we talk about the monotony of daily life. But hey, that's okay because sometimes that's exactly what you need in this crazy world. My name is Cory Estreen, and as always, I'm joined with my constant co-host, Taylor Huff. How are you this fine late evening?
Fine late evening. I am good. I'm excited to talk about this movie
Yeah?
because we haven't heard each other's thoughts.
No. And you weren't spoiled by any reviews or anything.
No.
I listened to reviews, but on both sides.
Yeah, so I'm pumped. I'm excited to be here today.
Okay, good. But we have our beverage of choice. What are you drinking?
You know, sticking with the classic, just a good old Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Yes.
Coke.
My favorite thing.
I don't know why.
99.9% of my body's made of it.
Yeah, I can't say Coke any other way now. Every time it's
Yeah.
Coke.
Coke.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why, but yes. I am drinking a man's drink,
Oh, a Ken drink?
a Ken drink.
Wow.
It is Yingling Traditional Lager.
You mean a brewski beer?
It's a brewski beer. Yes, here you go. This is the pop. This is what we've been waiting for.
Ooh, crispy.
Let's go.
Love
How
it.
does it taste? Not like Bud Light, I can tell you that.
That's funny.
It's wonderful. All right. Pause the show. Go get yourself a beverage, as long as it's not Bud Light. We don't tolerate that here.
Yes.
Pause the show. Come back real quick. Before we start the show, make sure that you go right now and follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Strive Nation Pod for all the coolest content on the internet. And for you visual people, head over to YouTube and smash the subscribe button and like every video to show that you care. But first,
Upvotes and downvotes.
upvotes and downvotes indeed. Women first, what is your upvote?
Thank you. My upvote is this past weekend, I moved my brother Sam into college.
Very nice.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
Good. I will say the picture that I saw online when you said, his roommates, they got to take a picture together. Sam looks very like the odd one out there. I like how you were so nice about it. Like, Sam's kind of a nerd, but they're kind of nerds too.
They are nerds too.
I know. But
The one has a coin collection.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. They're all in the honors college.
Okay, I
At
gotcha.
Alabama. So they're all like epic nerds.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But
So
it's,
you enjoyed yourself?
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
I like being the embarrassing older sister.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's my favorite thing to do.
well, I'm good.
I'm a
happy for
hobby.
you.
I'm really good at it.
I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. What's your upvote?
My upvote is, if you haven't seen it,
Oh,
Special Ops Lioness on Paramount Plus.
Taylor Sheridan does it again.
Yeah, it is fantastic. It's basically a female led protagonist, and it's about basically women plants, but on the good side, where they find these terrorists, kind of like intermingle their way into relationships.
Yeah.
And then take them out when they're most vulnerable. That's pretty much what it's about. It's a military movie, but it's like female led, so it's like totally different.
Yeah.
And then it like basically showcases different narratives or plot points that you wouldn't see in other shows. So it's like you get to see a different side of things. And also it's got Zoe Saldana in it, and she's like freaking amazing in it. So yeah, but it's really, really good. Not enough episodes. Need more.
Okay, since it's so good, will you finally watch Yellowstone?
When I get time, sure.
I'm not joking when I say I'll rewatch it with you.
Okay. Well,
I feel about Yellowstone as you felt about Game of Thrones and me watching it.
which Game of Thrones? Season 6? Just kidding.
It's not funny.
No,
I'm
just
still
kidding.
scarred.
I'm just kidding. So, okay, yeah. When we get time, when we get all caught up and we have nothing else to
Good.
watch, we'll all pick it up, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Yes. Okay. What is your downvote?
I have just been really busy with work and so many social activities that I have no free time. And it's like really catching up to me. I've been like go for like 2 weeks straight. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have a week off. And then it was like, just kidding. I have this Monday and this Tuesday night and this Wednesday night. And I think I have Thursday night. Oh, just kidding. Now you're working Thursday night. Friday night, this. So, yeah, I just need some like alone time where no one talks to me. And I get to like sit on the couch and eat my Ninja Creamy ice cream.
Yes, I don't blame you. I just got that today and tomorrow. I finally got 2 days off. I worked 9 days straight, a run and gun vacation, and then 7 straight, all closing shifts. So I definitely am there as well.
What's your downvote?
The downvote's the Barbie movie.
Wow.
Yes, my downvote is the Barbie movie, and I'll get into it in the review. But that is my downvote. I won't say any more right now.
Holy smokes.
So we better get going here.
Okay.
I have a lot to say.
I can tell.
I'm very pumped about this.
I'm scared.
You should be. I'm coming with the full reign of the horsemen of the apocalypse. I'm bringing this bitch down.
Okay. Okay, Ken.
Yes. Patriarchy must survive. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
okay.
geez.
Let's get into it.
Yes. Barbie movie. We've all heard about it.
Yeah.
We all know about it. So I'm going to assume if you don't, let me tell you what it is. Okay, so Barbie is here. We talked about Barbenheimer on the Monthly Scoop. If you haven't listened to that, make sure you listen to that episode. But Cory and I had a little bet about Barbie and Oppenheimer. And he was convinced through and through that Oppenheimer is going to beat Barbie. And it didn't. Because Barbie opening weekend blew Oppenheimer out of the water and grossed $155 million opening weekend. Yeah. Destroyed.
Oppenheimer
Murdered.
did 85, I think.
So almost double. Because it's Barbie.
Yeah.
Because it's Barbie.
Yep. So it's made a lot of money. It also has grossed $1.18 billion globally. So
Holy
it's made
crap.
a lot of money globally.
Yeah. We haven't seen that in a while. In a long time.
Yeah, and that's only been achieved by 50 films in history globally.
Shoot.
So that's a pretty big deal.
That's up there with like the Avatars and whatnot.
Well, yeah. Well, Avatar's made a lot more than that, but
I'm saying it's
Yeah.
in the same realm.
yeah, right. Yeah.
It's on the same team.
Yep.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. Good for Barbie. It's directed by Greta Gerwig. You know a lot about Greta Gerwig, don't you?
So she directed Lady Bird.
Okay, what's that? I haven't seen
It
it.
was a Oscar-winning movie from a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Phenomenal. Like absolutely amazing.
I gotcha.
Lady Bird. Then she also, what her main claim to fame is all the amazing, fantastic rom-coms that happen in the like early 2000s. For example, No Strings Attached. That was Greta Gerwig.
Very cool.
Yeah. So she's really known for being inside like the women's perspective and the female perspective. That's what she's really known for, especially in her rom-coms. And they're just like really funny and just insanely like she's reading your brain.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Margot Robbie was the executive producer on this. So she's been working on it for forever. She brought Greta on. And then she told Greta like, hey, I love this script. Happy to just be here as a producer. You cast whoever you want as Barbie. And Greta's like, well, obviously I'm casting you as Barbie. Like, you are Barbie. And Margot's like, don't feel like you have to cast me. Like, whoever you want to do. And Greta's like, no. Like, we are doing Barbie for you. We are writing this role for you. So, obviously, Margot Robbie's Barbie. Then we have Ryan Gosling as Ken. And then a huge lineup of people. You have Kate McKinnon in there, Issa Rae,
bunch of people don't know.
Dua Lipa, literally John Cena.
John Cena has a cameo. Michael Cera comes in as this
as Alan.
As this guy named Alan.
Yeah, literally everyone you can think of is in this movie for a hot second.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Will Ferrell is like the head of Mattel.
Those are the big ones.
Those are our big people. But there's so many actors in there. Like, you'll watch it and you'll be like, oh, I know that person, and I know that person, and I know that person. Like, all of the different Barbies are very well-known people you know.
Cool. So the Rotten Tomatoes on this film is also pretty good. It's got an 88% fresh rating by the critics and 83% critique by the audience.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's a little high.
Well, we're about to know
on
your
both
thoughts.
sides. I think that's high on both sides.
Okay.
I think when it first came out, it was in the mid 90s easily. Now that people are watching it, more and more people are watching, it's coming down, which makes me feel better about my life.
More views, more people.
Right. But yeah, so it seems like a lot of people seem to like it. Let's get into the actual synopsis. Let's talk about the plot points of the movie, and then we can get in more depth about this stuff.
Okay, cool. So, what is Barbie? So, the Barbie movie has stereotypical Barbie, Margot Robbie, and her fellow dolls reside in Barbie Land, a matriarchal society with different variations of Barbies, Kens, and a group of discontinued models who are treated like outcasts due to their unconventional traits. While the Kens spend their days playing at the beach, considered as their profession, the Barbies hold prestigious jobs such as doctors, lawyers, politicians, etc. Beach Ken, who is stereotypical Ken, is only happy when he is in Barbie and seeks a closer relationship, but Barbie rebuffs him in favor of independence and female friendship. Cool? So that's where we are.
That's where we start out.
That's where we are, Barbie Land. Then, at a dance party, Barbie is suddenly stricken with worries of mortality. Overnight, she develops bad breath, cellulite, and flat feet, disrupting her usual routines the next day. Weird Barbie, a once beautiful Barbie turned outcast due to her disfigurement, tells her she must find the child playing with her in the real world to cure her afflictions. Ken stows away in her convertible, hoping to join her on the journey, to which Barbie reluctantly agrees. Then they are now in the real world. So they go to the real world, arriving in Venice at Venice Beach, and the two are arrested after Barbie punches a man for groping her, but they are quickly released. So her and Ken are exploring the real world, trying to figure out why it's not similar to Barbie Land. They assumed going into the real world, it was going to be women construction workers and women presidents, exactly how Barbie Land. So they're kind of shaken up by it. And then the CEO of Mattel tries to capture her. She evades his capture, and then she goes to find the girl who is playing with her, who she believes is Sasha. She goes and talks to Sasha. She's very mean, says a lot of stuff. Barbie runs away. So during their time in the real world, Ken learned about the patriarchal system and thinks he says he feels respected for the first time. So when him and Barbie return to Barbie Land, he persuades the other Kens to take over, and the Barbies are indoctrinated into submissive roles such as agreeable girlfriends, housewives, and maids. Then Barbie arrives with the girl Sasha and her mom. The mom ended up being the one playing with her. And then from there, they save Barbie Land. I'm not going to ruin everything.
There's going to be a lot of spoilers here, so...
Okay. Thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
I want to hear yours first.
No.
Because I think mine should be rebuttals to your thoughts.
Okay.
Because we're going to disagree.
Okay. So I think the cast was pretty good. I think without Ryan Gosling, the movie fails miserably. I think the only redeeming factor of this movie is Ryan Gosling. I think if you don't have Ryan Gosling, no one would come to see this movie. Or if they saw this movie, if you didn't have Ryan Gosling there, everyone would be severely disappointed that they went and saw it.
Wow. Ryan Gosling specifically, or Ryan Gosling's character of Ken?
No, because you could have had a different Ken, and it could have been really bad. If Ryan Gosling didn't nail some of his comedic points, like, the movie burns. Like, the movie was burning as it is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Most of it. Without Ryan Gosling, he was the firefighter in the movie with buckets of water going, please, please.
Wow.
That's how I feel. Yeah, no, Ryan Gosling was really, really good considering the state of the movie, in my opinion. I think Ryan Gosling did a really good job considering what he had to deal with, like his part in the movie. I think Will Ferrell is being Will Ferrell, but completely useless in the movie. Barbie, I think, played Barbie really well to push the plot along, but wasn't funny at all. So I think Margot Robbie did a really good job just kind of being the plot mover.
Being the vessel.
Yeah, just being the vessel, moving the plot along. I thought she did really good at playing Barbie. Like, I thought she, for what that's worth. I mean, I thought she was a great Barbie. I can't really see anyone other than her playing Barbie. So I thought she did a really fantastic job. Also, like, I don't know, just period, like from all of Margot Robbie's previous roles, that's like a perfect casting.
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy how much that just made sense to me. Surprisingly, I thought Kate McKinnon was a lot better than I thought she was going to be. I thought that was going to be a train wreck, especially from a lot of the reviews that I watched, but I didn't think it was nearly as bad as what people said. It was fine. I would say she's fine. I got the whole point of the over-abused Barbie. Like, I got that, and I thought she did what she was supposed to as the weird Barbie. Like, it made sense to me. I think she did a really good job. I can talk about like some more stuff as far as like just like minutia details.
Yeah.
But the rest of the cast, for the most part, Michael Cera completely useless in the movie. Don't even know why he was in there. Who else?
Because he's Alan.
Yeah, completely freaking useless. Served
No point in the movie. That's the point. That's why Alan got discontinued. It's because no one would buy him.
Yeah, but wasn't he the transgender Barbie?
No, he was Alan.
What's Alan? What is it?
Alan was a Barbie created... Oh, forgive me. I don't remember what year Alan was created. It was in like the 60s, I think. So Alan was created to be Ken's best friend. But no one bought Alan, so they discontinued him. He was only available for sale for 1 year. So that's why he's useless in the movie, is because in literal real life, he was useless. No one wanted to buy him.
Okay, but here's okay. I guess I see that, but they use Michael Cera more as a piece in the movie. They kept him, whereas for pregnant Barbie was there too, but served way less of a purpose than Michael Cera.
Well, she wasn't a pregnant Barbie. She was Midge.
Who's Midge? Another Barbie, but she's not Barbie.
She's another discontinued.
Right, but my point is they didn't use pregnant Barbie at all, but they used Michael Cera more because it's Michael Cera, and he served no purpose, just like pregnant Barbie. So I wish it was like the discontinued Barbies, they should have kept on a level playing field, but because it was Michael Cera, they just threw him in random stuff, and even though he's completely useless, and I didn't even know he was there. And if you didn't like play with Alan or whatever, or know about Alan, like everyone else is like, what the fuck is this random Michael Cera guy walking around in the film? That's my thing. I had no idea.
Interesting. I know all. Yeah. I guess I come from a different aspect because I played with Barbie. I also know all the lore behind all the Barbies.
Do you think that everyone knows all of the lore, especially if? Yeah. Do you think? I mean, all of my sisters and everything played with Barbie, but I don't think they knew half of this shit. Like Alan, I don't think. They really knew
I'm
about
a
Alan.
freak.
Okay, I was gonna say.
But no. I will say. I'm a freak. However, how the marketing was done for this movie, you should have, if you paid attention to the marketing, you should have known who Alan and Midge were before walking into the movie.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know.
But you didn't get, you're not the target audience, so you don't see any of the marketing.
What is the target audience?
I'd say females.
Just females in general, all ages?
No, not all ages. Of course not.
Who then?
18 and older for sure.
Okay.
18 and older women.
Who?
This movie's made for you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's going to be important for later. All these other people that playing all these other Barbies, I have no idea who any of them are.
Like as actors?
Pretty much it. Yeah,
or
there's
you
about
mean the
5.
Barbies themselves?
No. As actors, I have no idea who any of these people are. Besides the couple, Helen Mirren as a narrator, no. Will Ferrell, no. Obviously Ryan Gosling, obviously Margot Robbie, Kate McKinnon,
you know who
John Cena. Obviously I know who John Cena is, was just a funny kind of like cameo. The rest of the people I have no idea.
You know who America Ferrera is?
Mm-mm.
What do you mean you don't know who she is?
I've heard the name. I don't know who it is.
She's from the Sisterhood of Traveling Pants, and she had her
I hated that movie too, so. Sisterhood of the Traveling Lice is what I called it.
I love that movie. And
yeah, females generally do like that movie.
And she had a really successful sitcom for years.
Okay.
I think it was literally called America. Okay.
All right. What do you have to say about the cast and everything?
I love the casting. Margot is the absolute most perfect Barbie to ever exist.
Agreed.
I love Ryan Gosling as Ken. It's just too perfect. Loved Kate McKinnon. Loved the narrator. I liked Michael as Alan. I thought it was all good. Everyone else is just like little mini cameos. I loved America Ferrera. I thought she did amazing.
Yeah, I thought she was fine.
Yeah, I loved all the casting. I have no notes on casting.
Okay. Wow. Michael Cera, I didn't think he was bad. I just think he was useless.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Michael Cera playing Alan, that was completely fine. Like, as far as, like, a discontinued Barbie, like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But I think he was useless as a plot piece. Like, I don't think he needed to be there at all. It could have been more something along the lines of what John Cena was. John Cena, throw him in there, he pops up, so, hey, and then he's gone. You know, it could have been something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. Moving on, we have costumes. What do you think about the costumes?
Amazing. The most amazing thing to ever exist in my entire life.
Yeah, I thought the costumes were really good. I thought they matched the actual Barbie clothing a lot. Yes, I did play with Barbies when I was young.
Oh, yeah. All of that costuming is like near identical copies of all of existing Barbies. All the Barbies in the movie are wearing recreated pieces from Barbie.
Yeah, which, to be honest, it was really, in my opinion, is much easier to have the costumes be good because they literally are mirror copies from what Barbie used to wear. All you had to do was copy them.
But it was so well executed.
Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying they literally had a blueprint for what they needed to do for costumes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But they did a good job. Like, it really did well with Barbie. Like, all the Barbies, I was like, these are all Barbies, you know?
Yeah, they did fantastic. Margot Robbie, so actually she's blonde in the movie. She wears wigs. Because of the different lighting and because she was wearing different pinks, every single night the wig team had to retone her wig so that would be the perfect creamy shade of blonde with whatever costume she was wearing next.
Very neat.
Because each color reacted differently. Yeah.
Cool.
So they put a lot of time and effort into it. I freaking loved it.
Nice.
Which I think is the whole point. Like, you grow up playing Barbies and you like want all their clothes, and then you get to see actors wearing Barbie clothes. I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be news reporter Barbie.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about fashion or anything. I just thought it landed itself to the movie, and like the Barbie IP, it made sense to me.
Oh yeah, it was perfect.
What did you think about the cinematography?
I thought it was amazing. I loved it. Like the set design of Barbie Land. And I watched a bunch of marketing videos and it's fully built out. Like, that was like the coolest thing ever to see. It was amazing.
Yeah.
All the houses, all the Barbie dream houses were actual Barbie dream houses. So she was in the one with the slide with the pool. And then I was watching and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the one with the elevator. The one next to her that had the, had like little, you wouldn't notice, but the Barbie dream house to the right of her Barbie dream house was the Barbie dream house with the elevator where you put them on the thing and you push the button and they like spin down. It was so cool.
Yeah,
to see.
I thought it was the set design was really cool. It made like that whole like what girls used to play with, all the plastic shit that they used to get. You know, Polly Pocket, same thing, has a whole bunch of little shit that you can play with. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really good. All of the props, all of the cups and all that shit.
Hair
all
brushing.
The fake shit. Yeah, all the giant brushes and like all of the fake hair brushing, the fake drinking.
The traveling.
Yeah, the traveling. They tried
Planes,
to make
trains,
it like a kid
automobiles.
kind of playing with these. This is how you would drive them away or whatever.
Yeah.
All that shit made a lot of sense to me. For me personally, I had enough in the first like couple minutes of it where I was just like, okay, fucking done watching Barbie fake drink. And fake brush and all this, like it's not my target. Like, they're not targeting me, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but like you
were done with the shtick.
The shtick was like done for me in about 2 minutes. Like, I was like, okay, I get it. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, as far as all the set design, the cinematography, I thought it was shot well. Yeah, pretty much all good. There was some parts where like I don't think it's the cinematography's fault, but I thought it was kind of like just a little kitschy or like gimmicky, like with the way the cinematography was. But I don't think the cinematography's fault. I think it was a narrative problem. I think the reason it's the way it was written that they didn't know how to make it not kind of like.
Can you give an example of like a specific scene or something?
Just like all of the disjoint between the like how the movie feels. They did a lot of like, okay, we're in Barbie Land and we're gonna make it kind of like magical and goofy with the like all the sparkles and everything. But then they would also cut in like oh, this is old film reel of real humans doing this stuff, and like I didn't like the disjoint. Like it kind of just felt like I'm like, okay, did you just throw these films in because you want to achieve like a physical feeling, an emotion from the audience, but it's easier just to throw these films so people can know what you're trying to say? Or hey, why don't you just tell it in the story by telling a story instead of just giving the audience the feeling? Here's the feeling. That's what you're supposed to feel.
Where are you talking about?
All of the films that they used to they cut in during the movie. So they cut them in at the end. All of the like Ken, like, and then like, man, they like for Ken, he goes in the real world and magically he feels, oh, this is how the real world is, and I feel the patriarchy. And it's like, oh, here's a dollar bill with a man. And then a random, there was a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, okay, so this is what they're trying to give you the message by giving you a 5-second clip of a whole bunch of different imagery instead of actually telling a good story. I didn't like that, and I didn't like it when they did it with Margot Robbie, and they did it a couple times. They're like, oh, I'm walking into the real, and now I have a random image of motherhood and like women feeling things, and now I feel. And it was just misplaced. It made no sense. There was no catalyst to feel that way. It was just, I walked here and now I feel this way. And the same thing at the end.
Well, they were Barbies. They'd never felt anything before.
I know.
So I think they're giving us a visual representation of what they were feeling for the first time.
Well, how? Because they never experienced it. So how do they feel that stuff without ever experiencing it?
It's called magic. Okay.
Yeah, see, that's where I can't do that. Like,
you gotta suspend disbelief.
And my thing is it's better. Yeah, but like
because if you don't have those little clips in there, then he just walks in and it doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense to me anyways, and I'll get to that. So most of them, yeah, so like that was my problem, is like instead of giving people being like, here's a story, so now you get it, how about let's tell the story? How about like let's like Margot Robbie actually experience these things instead of just giving it to the audience because she magically knows because she walked into the real world. That's my thing. And I didn't like the disjoint. You have it's all magical and stars and little puffs of cool effects and everything, and then you have let's throw some clips in because we have to get the audience to know what's going on, or get like to make push the plot forward because it makes sense. This is the only way we can make it make sense fast enough. So that's the only problem that I had with the cinematography. I don't think it was their fault. I think this is the only way you push this movie forward is by doing this kind of stuff. So but other than that, like I thought it was shot really well considering what they had to deal with. And it was enjoyable. Like the cinematography was goofy and kind of just clipped along. It wasn't stale. Like as far as like the visuals weren't stale, so like I was perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I thought.
We definitely disagree on that one. Yeah.
Anything else?
No. Yeah, I think that made sense because it had to make sense.
If you didn't have that, then it really didn't make sense.
Well, yeah, they're Barbies feeling for the first time, so you're giving them these clips, or you're giving us these clips to visually see how they're experiencing things, or learning
what,
or learning what these are.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, that was the only way that they could push that forward. I just didn't like it.
Okay.
I wish that like Margot Robbie would have experienced a real life emotion and be like, oh. She
did. She had 4 teenagers yell at her, and then she started crying.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was great. I needed more of that. But in the not just the bad things, I needed good things too.
She had the good thing with the old lady.
Like at the end?
Yeah, in the beginning as well, at the bus stop, where she turns.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
I needed more of that.
Okay,
that's what I needed more of. I need more of that, and I didn't need the random clip visuals. I didn't need that.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it didn't fit the film. The only reason it was there is to push it forward as far as feeling stuff. That's what I didn't like.
Yeah, okay, I get where you're coming from on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted more of the real, like, she's in the real world, give us real things. I don't need clips of, like, people we don't know experiencing these emotions. I want Barbie to feel these things going through the motions in the real world. There's not a time in the film to get through it, but then again, I hated half of the narrative and they could have cut most of it. Getting into narrative and themes, what did you think about narrative and the themes throughout the movie?
I'm going to say I thought it was really funny. I liked that they poked fun at the left and at the right. I liked that they poked fun at feminism and patriarchy. Are some things woke? Yes. But I highly enjoyed all the comedic, how they made everything funny. Let's give it to us.
So do you think the poking at both sides was intentional by Greta Gerwig?
I don't know.
The fact that you don't know tells me all I need to know.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. I want to say that it was intentional. Because there's some really good comments in there that are, I don't know. I want to think that she's aware enough to make it intentional, but half the things that leftists do now, like freaking segregating dorms, like
it backfires?
Yeah, like they don't realize that they're coming full circle. And I really, really want to believe that Greta and Margot are self-aware and they did it intentionally. I want to believe that. I don't know if we'll ever get the answer that they did it on purpose or not. I want to believe they knew what they were doing. I have to.
I will tell you right now that it wasn't intentional.
For real?
Oh, hell no, it wasn't intentional. It was accidental.
What do you mean it was accidental?
Well,
why do you get that sense?
I think they were trying to push, the whole, like, women empowerment, men are bad, we have to get away from the men, disregard men. And I think it was accidental in the way they did the movie because they had to give Barbie a reason to leave Barbie Land. Mm-hmm. Okay, what was the reason that Barbie left Barbie Land?
Because a girl in the real world was feeling sad and it was affecting her.
Right. Okay. So that's why she started feeling death or whatever. Like her girl, or because apparently all Barbies are connected to one female, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she knew something was wrong and she had to fix it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So but do you think it was intentional by Greta Gerwig to also make? She's attacking the patriarchy multiple times in the movie. Like that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Then why make the only thing in the movie that's matriarchal horrible? Absolutely fucking horrible for the Barbies.
What do you mean?
The Barbie Land sucked before Barbie left. Absolutely god-awful. Like, it's the worst place ever.
Because of how the Kens were treated?
Oh, no, I don't care about that. The Barbies' lives were horrible before Barbie leaves.
Well, they weren't aware.
That's my point.
They were living in a loop.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
yeah.
Fucking horrible. They had no agency at all, no feelings. It was fake feelings. They had no choice.
But then look at the end of it. At the end, they all had those feelings and recognized all of it.
Yeah, and why did that happen? I think the men gave that to them.
Well, no, I mean...
And I don't think Greta Gerwig planned on that.
I think she did, because otherwise how do you have that ending? It doesn't make sense if you don't have it planned like that.
I think it wasn't as I think the whole plan was to show that the patriarchy exists and that men in our world hold all the power. I think that was intentional. But I think, like, her message wasn't... I think it was, hey, the men hold all the power and we need to stand up for women empowerment, blah, 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 all this stuff. Yeah. But I do think at the end, it was, hey, like... the men have their place and the women have their place. Like it was a both sides are even type of a thing. Yeah. I did feel that.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I think that was a lot better than what I thought, or that what I thought that was going to get pushed.
Uh-huh. The reason the one, like, this glaring example as to why I think it was intentional is because in America Ferrera's speech to Barbie, she is like pointing out all the double entendres that women face. And it was from the left. It was from the left and the right. Every single example in how women can't just be women and like be in the middle and be whatever they want to be. Like both sides are expecting them to be one thing over the other.
Yeah, I didn't agree. So I didn't look at it from that. I don't think it was mainly from the left. I think it was mainly from the right. All of those things that were said.
No, I don't think so, because she makes the example of like they want you to be a boss, but they don't want you to be mean. Being a boss is like very much left, being like you need to work, you need to be in the workplace, and she even makes the moment like the comment like, why can't we have ordinary Barbie who's a mom, or maybe isn't a mom, but maybe she's a mom who just wants to get through the day. Like she makes comments about how the left like pushes women to like is basically pushing women like into the workforce, be a boss bitch, all that kind of stuff. And then the right is like pushing them into like being a housewife and being like polite and like that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah,
you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I could see that.
And because of that like huge like big speech is why I think it was intentional.
Okay.
Because they're very self-aware in that moment.
Okay.
Did you even catch that skinny fat comment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd she say?
She was like, you want to be skinny, but not too skinny. And she's like, and you can't say that you want to be skinny. She's like, you have to say that you want to be healthy, but you still have to, yeah. But you still have to let people be like whatever they want.
Right. So my thing is, I don't
like
understand.
She straight up called out the left on that. Like as women, we're not allowed to say like we want to be skinny, we want to lose pounds, because if we say we want to be skinny, then everyone's on the left's like, why do you want to be skinny? Body positivity. That's why girls say that they want to be healthy.
Right.
Like,
but even they're making fun of health now, so it doesn't even matter. Like it's bad to be, oh, you're being healthy. Is there something wrong with the way I am? You know.
Yeah, but I mean, she straight up pointed that out.
I got some of that. It ran really quickly, and I was trying to like.
Oh, I loved that part.
I can see that. Yeah, so like Ken goes to the real world and learns what patriarchy is, which this is my problem is like they treat the Greta Gerwig is treating all humans like they're black and white stupid. Mm-hmm. Like there's no middle ground, and the depth of our character is this shit. Like men are masculine and that's all to them, and they want to control everything, and they want all the women to be submissive, and that there is nothing else. That's it. That's how the film treats men.
Yeah.
There is no smart man in this movie. Mm-hmm. Intentionally, obviously.
Yeah.
At the same length, there are smart women in the film, mm-hmm. but there's also a lot of fucking dumb women. But there's a lot of smart women. Like, lots of smart women and lots of dumb men. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's what I noticed. I was like, when do we get a smart man? There's none. There's zero. Even, like, mm-hmm. all of the CEOs or whatever, all of them are fucking stupid. Yeah. And they're also pointless, too. There was no point in that.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they were there, like, honestly. And then they come to Barbie Land for, like, that's what they wanted anyways, is for her to go back. Like, mm-hmm. she goes back, and now you're chasing after her for what?
Yeah.
Completely useless point. Like, I was like, okay, why are they going? Like, why are they chasing after? Like, why do they even care? Like, let her roam. Like, what is gonna happen?
Well, did you see it was affecting their business, because when Ken took over Barbie Land, all the toys.
Yeah, they're making lots more money.
Yeah, but the freaking Will Ferrell's character straight up says like, no, it's not about Ken. It's about fulfilling the dreams of little girls.
Yeah, but that's bullshit, and everyone knows that's bullshit. The whole movie was touted as these people doing it for the money. Then why do you even say that at the end? Because that's not what you've been telling everyone this whole movie. Then at the end, he's like, it's about the little girls, not in a creepy way. Like, that's not what you said the whole movie. If you're gonna push a theme, why did you change at the end randomly? Like, literally, why? You know? Uh-huh. They go up there. They make a whole bunch of jokes about money. And like, that's all men care about is getting to the top and making all this money. Mm-hmm. And then they're chasing Barbie around the whole movie. For no reason at all, because she goes back to Barbie Land, which is what they want, because they're worried about their bottom line. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't get in a box. She goes back to Barbie Land, and then they chase her, and then they change their mind at the end. I'm like, okay, so let's cut all of that, because none of it made any sense, and it was a complete waste of time. Even a lot of the jokes, I'm like, so many of these jokes didn't land at all, and I'm like, thank God for Ken, because if Ken wasn't here, this whole movie would have just been like the two ladies laughing next to us incessantly for no reason. That's what it would have been. They were like, ah, she said a word, blah, blah. Like literally, like that's what this whole movie. Like, thank God for Ken and the patriarchy jokes, because nothing was funny in this movie besides Ken. Like,
What?
Nothing. Name something that was funny other than Kate McKinnon, because she did like the best job. Like
Yeah, she was funny.
She was the next step in the rung of funniness.
Mm-hmm.
But name something that was funny by anyone else. By women. By a woman.
I don't think they were meant to be funny.
It's a comedy movie with a whole bunch of... The whole movie was jokes. The whole movie was constant jokes. The entire movie was jokes.
Yeah.
Literally, every person in this movie, every line was a joke. Can you, like, name any female line that was
Put me on the spot. Now I can't think. I'm going to come back to this.
Okay, we'll come back to it. But literally, in my point of view, nothing was funny besides Ken. And I think he did the best that he was given. Like, as the role, I think he couldn't have done it any better.
Yeah.
Honestly. I think you throw the patriarch jokes and make him kind of stupid, and with all the bod and stuff, you even give him a fucking awesome song. I liked the song. I thought the jingle...
It was great.
I thought the jingle was great.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I'm going home and downloading this, because I was like, I fucking love this song, and I don't even care if it's Attack on Men. I just think this is great.
Yeah.
Like, I thought the jingle was just, like, I don't know. And then Ryan Gosling just hilarious. So I thought the only redeeming quality was Ken.
I don't think you got the female jokes. Because
No, I didn't think they were funny. That's my problem. I didn't think any of it was funny.
You didn't get them, or you just didn't think they were funny?
Well, it depends. Give me a joke, and
I think
see
it's
if
funny
got
from
it.
a woman's perspective, because like there was one joke when Barbie's like laying face down, and she said like that's the
lowest I've ever been, all the way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then they talk about how when human women are depressed that they turn on BBC and watch Pride and Prejudice. Like, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah. I mean, I figured that was a woman-led joke. Or
Like,
whatever.
there's
I get that.
The
but,
female
like,
jokes aren't jokes for everyone. They're like really quick one-liners that like if you're a girl, it's funny because like you've done that.
Okay,
Yeah, they're more like inside jokes for women to women.
I gotcha.
Versus like the Ken jokes were funny because like everyone
Gets them.
Everyone
Right.
gets them. Yeah, the female jokes in the movie were like insider female jokes.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's probably what is the disconnect of not understanding like the
Oh yeah,
inside
because
jokes.
I was cracking up about how they were talking about the Kens and like just act helpless and all that stuff. Like that was so funny to me.
Oh, I thought it was kind of funny, but it's not your traditional like comedy joke. Like it's this funny quip, but there was a lot of funny quips in the movie that aren't straight up like I want to laugh hardcore here, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas Ken stuff was I'm gonna laugh hardcore most of it. It's like things I thought were like, oh, that's kind of funny, you know, that's kind of funny, but not enough for I was gonna go like I'm like laughing, you know. Like,
Oh yeah, I think they were female inside jokes. For the
yeah,
most part.
I think that's probably part of it. Yeah, I just the whole like okay, Ken learns how to patriarchy, and then he brings patriarchy back to Barbie Land, and then the women are happier doing that stuff than they were previously.
Yeah,
They're all happier, but I guess they're still like indoctrinated. And then they all learn, they get broken from the patriarchy by learning all this stuff that Barbie brings back with America Ferrera, right?
Yeah.
And then they take back over Barbie Land with back to like a matriarchy, I guess. Is that like right?
No, it ends up being like pretty split.
No, because they took
'Cause
it over
there's
Supreme Court and they didn't let
Barbie-
any of the men's hold any positions that were of high stance. It's like, no, you get to have the circuit court of below this one, and that's what you can get. What are you talking about? That's exactly in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, it goes
So
back
it's
to
not
being a
like
matriarch.
okay, it's not like 50-50. I would say it's like 70-30.
Okay, if you're generous, a 70-30 if you're generous. And my point is like it's like the movie tells you,
that was definitely trying to be like a commentary on our current.
well, the whole
state.
thing was going to the real world and showing the real world. Like, okay, so first of all, they go into the real world. They go to the construction site because women in construction sites. Okay, first of all.
Because in Barbie world, in Barbie
Yes,
Land,
I know. They have a fucking... I get it. But it's like, she goes up there, hey, girl, I can see you in me in your shorts. Like, first of all, guys don't. If they're gonna do a pickup line, it's not that fucking cringe, okay? First of all, and then you also in the same scene, you make the guys nice.
Where do you make guys nice?
They did in that scene. They were like catcalling, which is horrible, right? It's catcalling, and then at the end they go, "Oh, whatever you want, it's fine," and then they just kept eating lunch. Like she's like, "I don't have a vagina," and he's like, "I don't have a penis," and they go, "Oh, it's okay, no problem."
I think it's because they thought they were trans or something.
I mean, whatever, but the point is they were nice about it. Is like, if you're gonna attack men and like say, oh, this catcalling's horrible, don't make them nice at the end and understanding and what was it? Like, the whole point is to attack them.
I perceived it as like, oh, it's a waste of my time, she doesn't have a vagina. So it's just like, all right, well.
I mean, maybe, even if it was, like, I didn't play like that. I thought the guys were pretty nice, so.
Oh, I did not get that at all.
Yeah, it was like, oh, they're like, yeah, whatever, yeah.
Oh, I read that completely different. It was like, oh, fuck, she doesn't have a vagina. All right, well, whatever. Do your own thing.
I mean, either way, the thing is,
you know, when you're a kid and, like, there's a new trend that comes along and you're, like, new fashion trend, okay? Uggs. And your parents think it's, like, the hideous thing ever. But they're like, whatever. You do you. Have a great day. That's how I took it.
Oh,
Same connotation. Not as nice, but it's just like, oh, I can't really get anything from you. So, like, whatever. Okay. Also, what do you say if you're hitting on a girl and she just says, like, I don't have a vagina and he doesn't have a penis?
I don't
like,
know.
Obviously, you'd be like, okay, well,
yeah,
bye.
I don't know. It was just so, like, one note for, like, hey, like, I'm walking into the real world and there is no depth to anyone. It's men are bad and women are oppressed in the real world. That was it. That was the only note from the real world. There was nothing else. It was completely showcasing patriarchy the entire time and how women are oppressed. That's it.
No, they showed women being mean. They showed the teenagers being mean.
Well, yeah, that's because fucking the kids are brats. That's the only thing I got. I didn't.
You said brats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what they were symbolizing with the 4 girls at the lunch table?
Brats?
The Bratz dolls.
Well, they are
There
brats.
was 4 of them, and they each had the name of Bratz dolls.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. And Bratz dolls were, like, meant to be, like, the cool, edgy, like, meant for, like, older girls.
Right.
Too cool for Barbie.
Right.
And that's what Sasha, the daughter, ended up being.
Yeah,
she was a
brat, yeah.
With literal, actual, like, the brat doll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't, and I also don't understand, like, kind of, like, what the point was of the movie, for the most part. Like, the general theme, like, what was the aim of it? Like, tell me what the theme, like, the point was, the overarching message.
The overarching message?
Yeah, what was the point of it?
If I'm be honest, like, poke fun at everyone, meet somewhere in the middle.
For what, though? Like, it's just, a movie has to have a message. It's just not just, hey, let's throw this random shit together and make funny and then end the movie. There's a message. There's a message somewhere in that. And if you can't find the message, that might be a problem.
No, I agree. It's definitely a problem.
Okay.
It's a movie
about
a Barbie doll.
Like, the problem is if Greta Gerwig did have an aim somewhere, I don't know what it was.
Oh, no, I definitely think she lost the aim.
Yeah, I don't know what the point was, because some of it, like, didn't correlate, like, whether if she was trying to do something and then she accidentally did something else. I don't know if that was the aim. Like, I don't know if it was, like, even at the end, and she was definitely trying to have a message across, because otherwise, at the end, she wouldn't have had her walk off with whatever fucking old lady that invented, and she wouldn't have had a whole bunch of video, or, like, again, random clips of footage in there to make you feel something. Was it like, hey, women can be whatever they want to be? But at the same time, they said the Bratz dolls said that the Barbies were horrible for doing this to women. Like, Barbies didn't accomplish this, and that was the whole point of Barbies. Like, what's your take on that?
My take is she became a human at the end so that she could live out, like, real messy life and make her own decisions and find out who she was.
Yeah, that was the take that I could see the most of. But it also goes against, like, okay, so you're going back to the real world in this supposed horrible patriarchy where, like, you know, and you went back to Barbie Land, made it so well, then why would you choose to leave it? You fixed it. And all of your friends are there, and that was the whole aim of the movie, is to go back to Barbie Land because it's way better there.
But she didn't know who she was. Right? Because she is the one Barbie that doesn't have like an occupation or something. Because she is stereotypical original Barbie. So she is the only Barbie that doesn't, like, in sense, have a purpose, so to speak. You know, she's not President Barbie. She's not Veterinarian Barbie. She's not fucking Pregnant Midge.
Right. Why would she go back to patriarchy then? Why wouldn't you just explore that in the matriarchy now that she can feel?
Because everyone already has an assigned role, so she can't take someone else's assigned role. There's only one Dr. Barbie.
In the whole land? What are you talking about?
Yes, in the whole land. There's
no one else.
There's no duplicates in that entire land. That's what I'm saying. So she becomes human so she can continue to feel all these amazing emotions and discover who she is. Besides just stereotypical Barbie. Like, there's more to her than just being a stereotype. Oh, that's what it is. There's more to her than being just a stereotype. And that's what she's leaving to go figure out.
I gotcha.
Yeah. She's
see
not
that.
just a stereotype. That's what she goes to do.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm so I'm gonna go to bed tonight and then just keep thinking of different examples and different examples and different examples.
Yeah.
Is there any like comments or anything that like really rubbed you the wrong way? Anything that like really grinded your gears?
Not really. I mean, like, not really. I had less. This is what's really interesting about this to me. Mm-hmm. I had less problems with the actual narrative pushes, like the actual like, hey, I have a problem with this. I had less, and more of I just didn't think the movie was funny, and it wasn't my movie. Like, it wasn't a movie that I was going to enjoy no matter what. I don't think you could. Yeah. I don't think there's anything that you could have done to make me enjoy that more movie. The only thing that saved me was Ken. Like, I just thought that movie was. I was 10 minutes funny. In, and I was just like, oh man, I got like another hour of this. Like, I'm like, bring back Ken. At least Ken make some freaking jokes, because like.
It's a female movie.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, that is the only audience that this is designed for.
I don't know if I could work through that again. Like, it was just like, there was some good spots in that movie. There was some good, little good funny things or whatever, or good interactions between like Ken and Barbie. That I was like, okay, I got some here. But like, most of it was complete nonsense. Like, so much of it was just like, I got all these stupid Barbies making these dumb comments and this plot that isn't important at all. I was like, I got to watch like a Barbie like act like a fucking Barbie and like and pick up a cup and like fake drink from it and I don't know, and then these like all of these people that have no personality at all because they're not allowed, and I gotta watch this for like an hour and a half. These people that have no personalities, they can't escape what they have going on, and I have to watch it. Like, you could have told everything that happened in a period of like 10 to 15 minutes that happened in this movie. Like, you didn't need all that other stuff. You didn't need the Mattel people. That was completely useless. Like, you could have cut that out. I don't really know. Like, the going to the real world, like, they didn't include a lot. It was like a lot of like, and like also it's just it boiled humanity and personalities and like down to nothing. There was no like gray area. It was just like, oh, these kids are brats. Like, that's how I felt about them. These kids are brats, and there's nothing more to this girl. This mom has a weird obsession with a Barbie doll and about from her childhood, and that's it. So there's no that's it. There's no character development really. Barbie had some and Ken had some, but like the people from the real world.
You don't think the daughter had it?
Not really. They didn't even focus on her at all. She's just a brat, and then she's.
But her and her mom ended up having a good relationship at the end.
Well, yeah, because they told you that was, but there was no development to it. It's like, oh, from the moment they traveled, she was a bitch. This girl was a bitch until the moment she traveled. They traveled. She didn't really say much at all. She was there, didn't say much, and then at the end they were good together. That's it. Like, the America Ferrera said some stuff. Yeah. You know, she said some stuff, but the girl really didn't say anything or do anything. She was just there. And then they're good. That's it. That's not character development. That's just, again, the movie just telling you the plot. Yeah. The prime character development was Ken and Barbie. Yeah. Which is good because, like, shit, they didn't have anything beforehand. The only personality was, I'm no one without Barbie, and that's it. Ken didn't know who he was. He was just this guy with a bod and a beach bod. Which I will say, I enjoyed the beaching off comments a lot better than. Now it wasn't great. It was like, okay, hilarious. They're jerking each other off. Like, I get it. Yeah. But a lot of those like jokes like that, I was like, okay, like, it's fine. It was fine. It's just like You know, more than beach. Like, thank God for Ryan Gosling. That's all I can say for this film. Because if it didn't have him, man, this movie would have been absolute. Like, I mean, I still think it was a pretty bad movie, and I have no intention of ever watching this again. But thank God for Ken. Like, actually, to be honest, I would be much happier going through the movie, clipping out all of Ken's stuff, smushing it together, and not ever watching the other stuff. I would be fine watching the 5 minutes of Ken. Like, that's it. Ken jokes,
That's funny.
and that's it. Ken jokes, Ken music, and that's it.
Ken was great.
Yep, that's why Ken's your favorite character. So it proves my point. Yep, Ken's everyone's favorite character, and that's the reason.
Yeah.
If you remove Ken, flaming dumpster fire. More than it was. I thought it was a flaming dumpster fire. Already,
Can I share some Easter eggs with you super quick?
yeah.
Okay, so when the Kens are having their dance battle, and that big during the song, where they do the
Oh yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, that choreography is from one of Ryan Gosling's dance recitals when he was a kid, like the viral dance recital video of him performing when he was a kid. You've seen this? Oh Lord, I'll show it to you. Yeah, they took chunks of that viral dance recital choreography and used it as the Ken choreography, which is just really funny.
Oh. Okay.
And then also when Barbie and the creator of Barbie, their hands touch, it's the Michelangelo like creation.
Yep.
Hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got that one.
You got that one. There was I can't think of them. There's a couple other ones, but I think and then I shared the Bratz one and the Sasha. There's a couple other. There's a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, I
catch.
appreciate stuff like that. Like stuff like that. I really appreciate. You said there's a couple others, or
I can't remember them, but I know there's other ones.
the marketing. You want to talk a little about the marketing for the film?
Yes. Okay. So real quick, I think this is why this film was so freaking successful was because of the marketing. So the movie got leaked back in, gosh, it was like literally during COVID, because they were obviously filming on the Venice Boardwalk in the neon. People figured it out really quick. So everyone's known that this movie has been coming for a couple of years now, but the marketing they did was so genius for it. Like they did a lot of like social media. They did like a ton of TikTok, tons of interviews, but I think is like the most important, like that's what really grabbed me into it, was that they followed all of the Barbie lore so closely and talked about it so much, and then they showed it in every single press event they did. The last year, Margot Robbie has not dressed in anything that hasn't been a Barbie outfit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like she's only worn 2 pairs of shoes. She's worn a pair of pumps that look like Barbie, like the stereotypical Barbie shoe. And then she has another pair of pumps that have like the toe cut out, which is another stereotypical Barbie shoe. For every single press event, was dressed as a different Barbie. Even coming off planes to go to press events, she was dressed as travel Barbie or whatever Barbie. She has been dressed as Barbie for everything the past year. And like specific Barbies, like down to every single accessory.
Oh, wow.
Like dressed as original Barbie in that the black and white swimsuit with the accessories. She, for every single premiere, so like the LA Barbie premiere, which was like the big premiere, even though I think they did 6. No, they did 4 premieres. That one, she was solo in the spotlight Barbie, because obviously it's Barbie premiere. And like down to like the T, like perfectly recreated. So that was a huge part of the marketing that was like so successful. It's really similar to like, honestly, it felt the same as Met Gala. When the Met Gala theme comes out, when people figure out who's invited, they start to, especially in the fashion side, start trying to figure out like what people are going to wear, what designers are going to wear, what look they think they're going to wear. And then the entire Met Gala, everyone is watching every single person come out and then immediately being like, oh, did I guess right? Where is that piece from? How do I know that piece? What's the reference to the gala theme? That was exactly what it was for Barbie. Like before, like a week before she has like a press event in Australia, people are trying to guess what Barbie she's going to be and their theories of why she's being this Barbie over this Barbie. It was like the $1 million question was like, what Barbie is Margot for the LA premiere?
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why the marketing was like so ingenious, because it was so fashion driven.
And it had everyone engaged.
Yeah, it had everyone so engaged. Like my TikTok is still full of like different Barbie stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So what was the social reception? Some people thought it was an attack on men. Some people thought it was very conservative. Some people thought it was very
Woke.
I think
it lands in the middle.
I think kind of it lands in the middle. I think unintentionally it lands in the middle.
I'm gonna be optimistic and say it purposely lands in the middle.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I like the social commentary. I'm gonna say as a female, a lot of that stuff kind of like hits more to home.
Yeah, because for like a dude's not gonna understand a lot, and also like the America Ferrer speech. I'm like all this shit is being said, and I'm like, you know what the problem is here is like men and women don't operate the same, and that's the whole point of like the whole like gender roles is women do things better than men and men do things better than women. They just do things differently. Right?
Yeah,
is like women, all this stuff that people are telling women that they need or not need to do. I was like, why don't you just not listen to them like men do? Most men just kind of say, fuck it, I do what I want.
But women don't think that way. Our brains aren't wired like you.
Right. I know. But then they're blaming everyone else for that. In the movie blames, like, it's mostly men.
I don't think it's blaming. I don't think that speech was blaming men.
I don't think that
I
speech
think
was
that
directly blaming
that speech was talking about how everyone in society, I mean, it's just from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
And that's how women think. Like, you can't just tell women to start thinking like men.
Not like men, but more stop worrying about whatever people say. That's not a solo man. They're not like what is it?
They're not emotionally driven like women are.
Right. But what I'm saying
like
is
people
like
pleasers.
I think that's just a human. Like, I think it just benefits humans not to care so much what other people think.
I mean, yeah, you think that, but again, women, we can do our best to not care, but we are gonna care. Like, that speech hit everything like square on the nose, on the top, whatever. That speech was like perfectly what inside my brain is.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be nice if women didn't care as much, but we do, because that's how we're wired.
I gotcha.
And you spend your whole life trying not to care and not to care and not to care. You know, you care too much. You don't care enough. Like, it still happens.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Like, I get from a women's point of view, you liked it. Even from a women's point of view, like, I thought a lot of it was just really unbearable. Not even from what I thought. I thought it was going to be the messaging that made it unbearable. It wasn't. It was just like the actual subject matter was just like, I was just like, fuck, can this end? Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't know. It was a subject matter. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the messaging and how, like, they were going to be shitting all over different groups of people.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that. It was the fucking Barbies. You know? It's like men aren't into Barbies. Crazy.
Yeah.
Not even, like, I mean, that's what it was. I'm like, is there any, and then I was thinking, is there any way that they could make Barbies more inclusive of men to be interested? I don't think there's a way. I don't think there's a way that you can make Barbies more interesting for men. It just sucks.
Well, good news for you. Because the Barbie movie was so successful, Mattel is already working on 20 other movies. One of them being Hot Wheels. One is Polly Pocket, and Lily Collins is already cast as Polly Pocket.
Wow.
Yeah. So expect a lot of Mattel toy movies.
Okay, well,
coming your way. Toys besides, maybe they'll make a G.I. Joe movie.
There is a
bunch
of them,
there's a
and
ton.
Also they suck too. And no, I'm not into these toy movies. Like, I can get a lot better stories and deeper meaning and more like in-depth characters from non-toy movies. That's my thing.
That's fair. That's your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm right, and this movie sucked.
Okay.
Yep.
Watch it.
No, do not spend the money. It is bad. Wait until it's free. It's a bad. I would not. If you want to sit in the theater for an hour and a half and be upset about your $17, go for it. But you will. I don't think you'll be happy with this.
Okay, my opinion is you put on a cute pink outfit, you go watch it on Tuesday when it's $5, and you let us know your thoughts.
Oh, I'm so. If you go, I feel bad for you. I'm sorry. Like
You're gonna have a lovely time, and you're gonna enjoy yourself so much.
I'm apologizing in advance. Just stare at Ken. He's the only redeeming factor of the movie. Just try to make it through the 5 minutes of nonsense plot that doesn't make any sense, and you'll be fine. But yeah, okay. Thanks, everyone, for listening to our Barbie review.
As always, we have bi-weekly show uploads on Wednesdays. Season 4, episode 13 will release on August 30th.
All right.
Our monthly scoop.
And guess what? We get to actually watch a cool movie tomorrow. And a movie that has meaning and purpose and a great message.
Wow. Wow. Bye, guys.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Strive Nation podcast with your hosts, Cory, Estreen, and Taylor Huff.
Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strive Nation Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Join us for our next episode in 2 weeks. And remember, when the world is upside down, Strive Nation is right side up for you guys. Have a good one.